and we will taste them, of course. So Giffard, the origin and location. They are based in, they started in Angers, so on the left of France, the red button, is the Angers facility, where the origins and history of the company is there. But recently, cousins of them were in the French Alps in a company called Bigalet. And they were selling the company, and Giffard bought the company Bigalet. And what is good is Giffard has a big expertise on maceration and infusion of fruits, mainly. And Bigalet has an expertise about distillation, mostly with a French product called Genepi from the Alps. If you go skiing one day in the French Alps, you will see that any bar, any restaurant has a bottle of Genepi. It's something quite close from the family of the absinthe. And, but it was funny because I was talking about absinthe today, and it seems that your market is not really interested. I don't know if it's the right word, but there's no absinthe. Maybe with the ouzo you have enough anise flavor. But compared to other places, absinthe is kind of helpful to bring the vintage support, you know. And it seems that absinthe is not taking here that much. So I was just surprised. So Bigalet, yeah, it's a big expertise and family business, which keeps in the family. So the history of Giffard started with a product called Menthe Pastilles. This is Émile Giffard on the top, who was the great-grandfather of Edith and Bruno. It was a very hot, very warm summer in 1885 in the city, and he was a pharmacist. But he was already doing some products for another company. Someone came to him to get some recipes to improve, to do quinquina wine. But he was a pharmacist, and he had a shop at the heart of the city. And in that summer, which was very, very hot, the hotel above the pharmacy, the owner was telling him, try to find something for my customers because they are all leaving. They complain it's too hot and I'm leaving everybody, I'm losing my business. And so he came up with something based on the mint flavor. So Menthe Pastilles is a white crème de menthe, if you have to categorize in your mind. But when you will taste it, it's available on the booth, you will see the freshness and finesse is really unique compared to any crème de menthe, white crème de menthe you have tasted. So this is Menthe Pastilles, this is the approach, and all of that is linked to the variety of mint they use, because it's a Mitcham variety, it's a variety that comes from London, from the London gardens, traditionally, and it's a variety that is very refreshing with a lot of methanol. And going back to its roots, Giffard asked, because in the region there is a lot of places to make growing a good soil and subsoil, so it's a nice area for growing. They re-put the local Mitcham, now they locally grown, the right variety of mint. And you know, mint is very fragile. I just talking about that just because the mojito, everybody does a lot, right? And sometimes bartenders, sometimes we smash the leaves before putting it in the glass. Looks good, smell good, but the oil is in the hands, not in the drink if we do that. And the distillation of mint, for example, it's so fragile that they harvest the mint and they put it in a container right on the field, and then they distill it 100 meters. They don't transport it, they don't move it because they lose all the flavors. And so it's really fragile and very specific product. And then the way they blend all of that, the way they incorporate the essence oils, that brings the secret of Menthe Pastilles. So he started with that, and the success was quite immediate. So he really thought about going on business with starting with the Menthe Pastilles. As I said, he was already doing some other products. So here are some medals. You know, all the brands put on the label. I don't know if you remember, but even 20 years ago, all the brands used to put many medals on the labels, even if they are from the 19th century or very old. It's a kind of tradition, and they're still competing in many competitions. For them, it's important to have recognition that way. It's just that Émile Giffard, it's it's surprising, I don't know exactly why, but very early, participating to the many exhibitions that he won prizes. It's very hard to find, they have it in the company, but there is no listing. I mean, all the European medals for the competition, we don't know. We know that many brands get a medal, but we not necessarily know if it was gold, bronze, or silver in the competition, because no book mentioned that. We try to find it. It's very hard to find that. So it's hard to have the details. But as you can see, quickly, Brussels, Barcelona, so the taste was there. It was the mint pasty, you know, the pills to get a good breath. And he had the diploma of honor at the Paris Universal Exhibition. So Angers is very famous for another liquorist today. You all know which one? I'm sure many of you have a bottle behind the bar. Another brand which is made in Angers. Do you know? No? Don't be afraid to say mistake. It's Cointreau. Cointreau. And what is maybe interesting is that Cointreau, when the orange liqueur were not clear, they came with a clear one, and maybe Montpasty is clear, because on that time, crème de menthe were green. So maybe it's something kind of local style from Angers to make clear liqueur, all in the taste and nothing with the appearance. So Montpasty, like many other brands, of course, they took big communication and doing some communication in the walls of the metro, many things. With this main product, it became only after that they developed the range of other products. They start to do many things. The syrups are very old also. In the turn of the 1900s, it was already doing syrups. And here are famous artists, Mystique, Capiello, Gentil, that done many ones for other brands. So as I said, it's a family business with 4 ranges from the same family, and still with Eddie Giffard and Bruno Giffard. So the philosophy and approach about making these liqueurs and syrups, but mostly is really to try to extract the best from nature. This is really on what they insist. They really want to make you feel the purity of the flavors. But of course, when you're doing extraction, I am sure many of you try to do some homemade infusions, and you not always get what you expect. It's not so easy. It's easy to do in the process, but it takes time to understand each fruit, how it works. Because after 1 week, you get something. After other weeks, you get something else from the fruit. And then after 5, 6 weeks, other things too. The color, of course. But all of that, it's simple alchemy, but it's an alchemy that happens. But of course, for each fruit, you have to work and work to find the right recipe and the style you want to bring. Because we can find many different products with a good approach, not only one. And you can choose different profiles. So always going to be as natural as possible, all right? Yeah. I don't see it here. So the region of cassis, you know France for crème de cassis. Many brands have a crème de cassis. And the difference will always be the way they keep it and the varieties they choose. So the variety chosen by Giffard in the premium range is called Noir de Bourgogne. This is the one used by the people doing perfumes and all of that because it's the most aromatic variety. And Val de Loire is one of the first producers in France for cassis. Oops. So then, at Giffard, as we told you, we have 2 main processes. So distillation, which is more performed by Bigalet in the French Alps for the needs, and maceration, a lot of infusion. So here you have a scheme explaining what happened with the time. So on the left is when you put the fruits, of course, they are not soaked yet with the alcohol. So even the color, you see the fruit is at the top. Then second step is after 2 weeks, the fruits are going down and still delivering aromatic parts. And the third step, all the fruit is at the bottom, and that's almost ready. So then you press that, and the name, in France we make a difference between maceration and infusion, and you have, so we call then an infusion, and this extract will be then blended with water to reduce the alcohol strength and sweeten it. As you know, the sugar level for liqueur is minimum of 100 grams, unless the creams of 250. About the origin of the products, really, Giffard, even if it's based in Angers, doesn't hesitate to reach the sourcing from all over the world, showing the banana from Brazil, you see pineapple from Costa Rica, really trying to source. He's like a good chef, and he's like you try to reach the best ingredient you can by selecting from what you can get. Of course, if you don't know that this variety is available in that country, you might not choose it directly, but after time, they always try to find new origins, and because of the volumes also to try to find the right ones. So a few French products, but a lot from comes also from international. So now we will proceed to, we start proceeding, I explain you some products, and we'll do some tasting of the product. So I don't know if we'll have enough glasses. Yeah? Yeah, I think we can 2 by 2 maybe, so one on one side. Banana and apricot, great. So you can do that, and then you change. No, yeah, so yeah, please for this side, and then you change, so everybody has something quickly. So banana and apricot. Abricot du Roussillon, banana from Brazil. Maybe you share some glasses. I hope we have enough. Yes. Thank you. I mean, anyone, of course, if you are, I don't know, everybody tasted, I believe, another banana liqueur than Giffard. I don't know, everybody didn't taste this one, for sure, or I don't know. I mean, now you are discovering, but what I mean is, before tasting Banane du Brésil, for me, the banana liqueurs were not really interesting. It smelled like artificial sweets, and here you really have an infusion made with real banana, and of course it changed everything. And they have been able to think out of the box. They didn't try just to do a better banana liqueur. They really started from, okay, we have this banana, we like this style of this variety, and it's Musa variety from Brazil, and so they really tried to deliver the best thing they could with that way. And for the Abricot du Roussillon, in France we have many varieties also, but Abricot du Roussillon is the best one we have in France, the most aromatic in that sense, also for the quality you have in mouth. So you can discover these two ones. I mean, there are many brands of licorice and many French licorice, but a lot of European licorice. You can see that there is really a different approach. This is what is the most interesting. After you choose, it can inspire. Of course, then when you have something so much different, maybe we are back to, because today sometimes flavors come back, but when we taste a classic cocktail and we don't find it good, maybe it's because we don't have the same product that used to be made. Huh? It depends. Many products change with the time, and maybe with this kind of approach, we are back to what crème de banana was. I don't know. But for me, it's so different. Yes, on enchaîne. So we bring all the other samples so we can finish on the right time. Yeah. Do 2 by 2. Yeah, elderflower. Okay. So we make you taste all the other ones in the minutes of staying. Or maybe what we do, you know what? Maybe ask them to come and taste them here, because the time we give it to everybody, we don't want to put you late. Wait, sir. Maybe, sir. Scusi, sorry. Maybe we leave it on the bar, and maybe you come. It will be faster because in 5 minutes we have to maybe you have another thing in the program. We don't want to put you late, as you want, or you wait and just put it here. Just the glasses, and we bring them here. And I just ask to stand up if you don't mind, so you can try and smell the other ones. It was just some vintage bar tools. You want to come? Yeah. And no, but just come and don't go back. I don't know if you stay for the other one, or I don't want to make you. The time we make you the tasting of all the glasses will be too long. Sorry. Yeah, we bring the other ones. So this one is fleur de sureau, elderflower. This one is elderflower, sauvage, because it comes from, you know, it's harvested on the trees, of course, but it comes from many different areas. Sorry, I'm 1, 2, 4. Thank you. Fleur de sureau. Different. Oui.
Vanilla.
Vanilla. So this is Vanilla de Madagascar. You will see it's quite unique. Oof. Sorry.
This is elderflower?
Yes, thank you. Vanilla. Yeah. If you like vanilla, I mean, you know the Madagascar variety is really different from Tahiti and others. I will just take out the, yeah, vanilla.